What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. I am not going to get overly deep in this discussion. Surface level stuff. Because I am not this mud gamer. But what I will tell you, what I've seen the last 24, 48 hours, EA is really, really pushing the limits with its mud gamers. I think what I find the most interesting is if you look kind of in our space, right, you have people with this mindset that you have to protect EA at all costs, right? You can't speak poorly about EA. And if you do, right, if you do say something negative, that apparently, positives have to be attached with that. Meanwhile, collectively, as a community, we have content creators who are isolating an audience. And look, you've seen it with me. It's always personal attacks. It's always personal attacks. It's never trying to dispute a person's point. All right, I'm going to bring up some points, okay? This is Dreeny, okay? Been in the community a very long time. I don't think that me and Dreeny have ever had any, I guess I'll describe it as meaningful discussions. I mean, perhaps I'm sure we've talked or messaged back and forth or something, but I don't recall anything significant, okay? Point though, he creates content. He makes money with Madden, so do I. Go back to last year. Content creators and gamers, we're not the same. I've talked about this. The game is an investment for us. We can turn it into money. It's easier to justify a purchase. It's a business. For a lot of you guys, just regular gamers, it's not the same thought process. There's no return on investment when buying video games. So, all of that said, Dreeny basically comes out and says, listen, I feel taken advantage of. I feel like I didn't get the value I expected. But already knows in this tweet that people are going to criticize him. Now, I want to be clear, because this tweet, I don't believe, was directed at him, towards him. This came before. Understand, this came before his tweet. But I think it helps set the tone of, if I say something negative, people are going to attack me, criticize me. When I look at something, and it says, as a comp player, one of your biggest goals should be making MCS look good. You should be doing everything in your power to make MCS an easy yes for EA to keep going. Understand this mindset is basically, don't say anything bad. They might take something away from us. And as a gamer, you should approach this with, I need to make this game look good at all costs. Why should any gamer have a fear of a gaming company? Why should a quality product, why should things we want in a game be held over our heads in exchange for silence? And for those of you that might not understand, the core frustration here was $300 needing to be spent to get select cards. And understand, this is from a game that's already selling for $100. That already has a season pass. It's payment on payment on payment. This is just like within our community, where I feel you have people trying to suppress others' opinions. You have people that want to create this culture of being hyper-focused on the positives. If you are worried that a gaming company might take something away because people are discussing that they don't see a value in the product, then look no further than franchise mode. Because our community has continually spoke out, has had entire social media campaigns about the mediocre gameplay, the broken logic, the simplistic modes for years. And the response very much was this year, owner's mode taken away. But to me, I sit back and I wonder, how does EA even allow this? How do they allow an influencer to promote a standard that you as a gamer have to make EA look good? And if you don't, then the punishment may be things being removed from the game that you enjoy. That you must mask your opinion to appease a company even when people around you express frustration. Now, I understand. I am part of the issue, right? I routinely sit here and call people Muppets for behavior like this. It does continue to shift, just as these tweets do, with community members fighting, disagreeing, however you want to project it. When what we really should be doing is collectively taking a stand. That said, part of the issue is we cannot do that. We cannot have any unity because this community, bars, has been infiltrated by EA Sports, has been overrun through a creator network, where EA essentially spoon feeds creators content that makes them tens of thousands of dollars. And in exchange, those creators, I'll just say it, don't seem to be as willing to criticize EA Sports prior to the game's release. See exactly what happened this year. And I'm not saying anything specifically about those people. What I'm saying is that a network promotes this focused narrative far more than those individuals do. That's why, same person that was criticizing me for saying 2,000 plays being added into a game is nice, but those plays also have to work, ran into an issue where the plays didn't work. On a live stream, couldn't snap the ball, lost the biggest game of the year. Did I make any video about it? No. Did I sit there and pretend, oh, got the karma he earned? Nope. I know the game is broken. He knows the game is broken. Am I surprised that it broke with him playing? Not at all. You know, at its core, Madden is the biggest pay-to-win game there is. If you've learned anything from my channel, you know animations dictate every aspect of this game. So selling these cards where players have access to more animations to give the player a better chance at winning those animation-based matchups is insane. When a gamer is given the prospect of spend $150 now and we'll hand you this competitive team, or you can grind for days and days and days for a team which, and I know some people will say, you clearly don't play MUT because I'm going to say team will be obsolete in 6 months. I'm sure in some cases those cards are obsolete within weeks. So as a gamer, the proposition you have is, do I waste my time or do I waste my money? And all of this just ruins the game faster for likely you, the average gamer. You know, EA is making this into a job in more than one way. You know, I didn't mention this specifically, but, you know, TD was one of the biggest creators in this space. Part of the reason he left our community was the time he was putting in. Multiple hours a day, over weeks, over months. I can totally relate and understand how easy it would be to get burnt out doing that year after year after year, where the money may be great, but do I want to continue to invest so much of my time into this? And the reality is, when doing that, that's what you learn. It's the money. It's the time. That's all EA cares about. That's why when you log into this game, you're bombarded with Ultimate Team. That's why all of this discussion centered around essentially hiding programs, hiding cards behind a paywall. If you're going to charge this much, the game should be free. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, San Diego has every perfect aspect to its game, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that the show is a flawless game, but I play the show a lot more than Madden, infinite times more. When I log into the show, I get free cards every week. I get 99s for free. There is a single game currency. It allows me to go chase the currency I need through grinding out to get cards that I want. You know, EA has it to where you really can't do that. There's multiple levels of currency. So you just kind of end up paying up front, and then you have these tiered packs where you have to buy them sequentially. You have to pay for one to unlock the next one that you pay for, to unlock the next one that you pay for, to unlock the next one that will actually give you the card that you wanted. That is really, really poor way of treating your customers. That is essentially telling your customers, you simply are money to us and nothing more. And when you have people that are aligning themselves with EA that say, hey, listen, don't speak out about this. Don't be negative about this, because if you do, they might take this away. I think that just adds to it. And this is before we come to the realization that everything that we've spent the last 10 plus minutes talking about is all on the foundation of an extremely broken football game. A game filled with glitches, bugs, simplistic programming. I saw today, Jay Devine ran a play where a T-pose happened. T-poses should not happen in AAA release titles. Shouldn't. Former community member Hard 8 Times literally took NBA Elite down because it T-posed in the center of the court. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. And you know when the Mud Gamers are going at it. And that's EA's bread, butter, everything. You really think there is no way that I can't be back in the week with more commentary?